Hello, welcome to the show. Today I'll be interviewing 5 of some of Egypt's most famous pharaohs. I'll be asking them questions about why they think they were the best pharaoh and some of their achievements. Our first guest is Akhenaten. Akhenaten, can you tell us a little bit about yourself?
Sure. Well, my name is Akhenaten. I ruled during the New Kingdom for about 20 years.
What did you do as pharaoh?
First, I forbade the worship of old gods, so I basically overthrew polytheism. I built Amarna as the center of worship for the sun god, Aten. The old capital was Thebes.
What did people think of that? I heard people called you the heretic pharaoh.
Oh, they hated it. It was very controversial. Egypt was known for its advanced polytheistic religion of the time, but I introduced the first form of monotheism. I changed the culture and art of Egypt dramatically. Egypt was known for its advances in not only religion, but also art, science, and technology.
Well, thank you for your time, Akhenaten. Next up we have Hatshepsut. Can you tell us a little bit about yourself?
I was one of the few female pharaohs. I organized military campaigns, built temples and monuments, and I also extended trade, which brought in many exotic goods into Egypt. This is how we gained a lot of wealth from our trading partners. Egypt flourished under me.
What did you do to make Egypt so great?
Unlike many other rulers of my time, I preferred to focus on ensuring economic prosperity and building and restoring temples and monuments in Egypt and Nubia, rather than conquering new lands. Under my rule, Egypt had the largest army in the world.
That's great to hear. Thank you for your time. Now we're going to welcome Ramses. Ramses, can you tell us about what made you such a great pharaoh?
I was a great pharaoh because I led the Egyptian army against our enemies at the time. Like the Hittites, Syrians, Libyans, and Nubians, I also secured the borders against enemies by establishing a peace treaty with the Hittites. I also rebuilt many temples.
Thank you for joining us today. Next, we'll be talking to Cleopatra. Can you tell us a little bit about yourself, Cleopatra?
Hello, well, I was the last pharaoh of Egypt before it became a province of Rome.
What did you do to make Egypt so great?
I built strong military alliances with Rome because they helped protect us, and in return, we gave them exotic riches. They did eventually take us over, but Egypt was one of the longest-lasting civilizations in history, more than 3,000 years old. Egypt was unified at about 3,100 BCE until about 30 BCE, when it became a province of Rome.
Thank you for enlightening us, Cleopatra. Next, we will be talking to Tutankhamun, or King Tut. Can you tell us a little bit about yourself?
Well, I am the son of Akhenaten. The most important thing I did was restore the capital that Akhenaten moved to Thebes. I also restored the worship of our old gods and polytheism. I was also extremely young when I ruled, only 9 years old.
Thank you for your time, King Tut. Lastly, we'll be talking to Khufu. Tell us about yourself.
Well, I ruled during the Old Kingdom, and my most well-known achievement is building the Great Pyramid at Giza during the 4th dynasty. My father, Sneferu, built the first true pyramid at Dashur. The Great Pyramid at Giza are now one of the 7 wonders of the world. Egyptian architecture is distinct and was very advanced at that time. Shortly after I ruled, the Great Sphinx was built.
Okay. Well, that's it, folks. Some inside information from the pharaohs themselves. Egypt really was the best empire in the world. Egyptians excelled in art, medicine, architecture, science, agriculture, and many other areas too, from building the pyramids to creating mummies, despite the harsh and arid climate they lived in. Their unique culture continues to amaze historians even today. They were extremely wealthy and their trade flourished. thanks to the Nile River. They used advanced irrigation systems and agricultural techniques, invented hieroglyphics, and invented the basis for philosophy, mathematics, mythology, and engineering that's still used today. Their advanced architecture continues to amaze people. They created the basis for many civilizations following it. They had existed since the Neolithic Revolution. They served as the basis of other successful empires following them, and that's why ancient Egypt is the best.